Winter is over, but Avalanche is still here. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are looking at AVAX Avalanche, the newcomers in the DeFi space. I'm going to show you where AVAX is standing right now and where it could be going. What's the narrative versus USD, but also versus Bitcoin? Interested? Stick around. One of the successful investors, William O'Neill, stated, "Letting losses run is the most serious mistake made by most investors." Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for me, I could only say, been there, done that. Are you on a losing streak? Are you coping with losses? Are you entering a trade and are afraid to never get out? Whatever your problem might be, I posted this about a month ago on our community tab, so check that one if you're willing to read all kind of funny and educational stuff. What I was saying was, you're not alone. Many, and the majority, are in that boat. I said, been there, done that, because I was in that boat big time. I was the captain of the ship. I was the captain of the Titanic that is letting its losses run. With experience, you will see the greater picture. Most importantly, with your learning curve in technical analysis, in investing, trading, whatever you want to do in your life, things will be better. Don't let it get you. Lesson number 1, learn from your mistakes. Lesson number 2, subscribe to the channel of the Cryptosaurus. Click that red box, because many great things are coming your way. But first, top 10. Let's see what's happening in the markets today. Whoa. Stop a little. Yes, we are having a green day. Not significant one. But what I'm seeing on the screen is a newcomer in the top 10. So we got a new student in our elite class, Filecoin. And look at the surge, 36% to the upside. The one is standing at $225 and regained 9th place. It seems to me that with this move, I can't see Chainlink anymore in the top 10. I must say, this is a fierce battle in the top 10 this bull season. And there will be many other little battles. Every week we have a newcomer, Binance Coin, Uniswap, now Filecoin. Strange times, but also exciting ones. Who else I want to mention? Why not Qtum, 23.11% to the upside. And many of you, after I made my Qtum price prediction video, be sure to check it out, said that Qtum is dead. But what's ahead of an Avalanche? First, let's go to the chart of Avalanche versus USD to see where we stand right now. Here we are, Avalanche versus dollar. On the daily chart, every candle you're seeing on the screen represents one day. It's clear that Avalanche is in an upward trajectory, but when it all started, right in here, right on this candle of 2021, New Year's Eve, ladies and gentlemen, you were celebrating the 2021 and Avalanche started its run. And the run that gone all the way from below $3 to the unbelievable almost $60. That's kind of a run I like to see. Will that happen again? Yes, it will. But when? That is another question. First, I want to show you the trend line that Avalanche respected during that enormous bull to the upside. It's pretty clear that this was the beginning, and it's pretty clear that this was the retest of the trend line and the support that it needed for that last parabolic move. On this point, we broke the uptrend, and now nothing more than a consolidation. We are moving no up, no down, just sideways, going right, of course, at some point after this, let's say, calm, after the avalanche, the convenient, right? big move will come to the upside or to the downside, or both. How about we first get this and then this? It is a possibility. This is not excluded at all. At this moment, Avalanche is moving in some kind of a triangular formation. Something like this, okay? What will be the great decision? Well, we got time until the middle of April for Avalanche to decide what it will be. Of course, at any time, Avalanche, AVAX can invalidate this triangle and do just what I showed you. Break to the downside and a resume of the uptrend. In my opinion, really great possibility. So this line is not so important as this one. Keep a close eye on this one. Resistance, resistance. Now what will happen in this area? That remains to be seen. Here, Avalanche will make the biggest decision, because as you can see, if I plot this volume from the peak and this huge buying pressure and profit, we had a declining volume, so a bigger move is upon us. To confirm this story that I'm telling to you, I would like to use moving averages. 21 would be enough for now. You're seeing on the screen 21 daily moving average. And please take notice, this whole bull run we were above this 21 EMA. After we broke it to the downside, we are sideways action. And as long as we were above this one, I would conclude that our move to the upside was not over. Now, obviously, in February, it ended when we broke to the downside. And not only that we are not above it, if we zoom in a little, this, can you notice what's happening right now? We are below it, and price is really struggling to make it again support, not at resistance as it is right now. It could be an indication that the story where I said that we will go down will be fulfilled. But if that is the case, who will defend Avalanche? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting you 55 exponential moving average. And yes, pretty important one, because all of this area, check it out, all of this time 55 exponential moving average is giving the support this price needs. He's really the good guy. Right at this time today, 55 exponential moving average is battling 21 and giving the support to the price action of Avalanche. Will it break? There is a possibility for that. Until it doesn't, let's just take into account this bullish narrative, and let's say for some time Avalanche could go sideways, kind of being squeezed inside this 21 and 55. But I suspect that will not be the case, because in such low volatility and squeezing time, a big moves occur either to the downside, either to the upside. We will see. Of course, no one can know that at any time AVAX can do this. AVAX can say 55 is enough support for me, I'm going to the upside. But let's take more realistic scenario. Let's say AVAX is breaking this 55. What's the final line of defense? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting you 144, because if everything else fails, in bull markets 144 should hold ground. So today we are standing at 28. We are squeezed between those 29 and 27, but if we plunge to the downside, we could almost touch $20. This wouldn't surprise me at all. For me, for my view of the charts, that would be pretty healthy if we break to the downside, retest it, and then resume to the upside. For me, that is a normal possibility. Do you want my final word? As long as we are above this 144, the big one, I'm bullish versus dollar, and that will be the case, no matter the correctives that we see on that way. So don't be surprised if a bigger correction came. If we are above $20, all is good for me. Now I want to present you a quick picture versus Bitcoin. Let's go versus the king. AVAX versus BTC, one-day candles. It's a similar story, as we said, versus USD, so no need to repeat everything. This was our uptrend, and the points of support are pretty clear, right? Here, this was no longer the support. And edges versus USD, we enter this consolidated phase. But this is a little worrying for me. Versus USD, you saw that in correlation to the big boys of moving averages, we're good. But what is happening versus Bitcoin? First of all, one line that is worrying me is this one. This is a floor. Let me make it even more zoomable. The line that right now, it seems like it's broken. It's not confirmed yet. So today or in the next few days, you will know, is Avalanche really bearish versus Bitcoin or not? Or it just remains its bullishness? We'll see. But things are little indecisive. I would say it's really indecision time right now. Because if I plot you volume, we are also awaiting the bigger move. It's declining, nothing is happening. Upside, downside, no one can tell. But moving averages, and you remember what we said about the big one, 144, could tell us a bigger story. Please notice this great support that is found on the 144, but also notice what is happening right now at this moment. We lost the support. This little candle is below our big support. It could be our resistance. As I said, varying times of Avalanche versus Bitcoin. This is a grand one, 144 EMA on a daily chart. Because if we go into past, please notice how big of a resistance it was. And when it popped, look at this huge spike to the upside. So don't disregard 144. It has a big significance in the price section of Avalanche versus Bitcoin, and versus any asset for that matter. Final verdict versus Bitcoin. I think, for now, there is no bullishness in this. Versus USD, I could take a bullish stance, although nothing is happening for days, even weeks. But versus Bitcoin, that is not the case. Current developments are saying that we could go down even lower. Will that be that Avalanche will start to dumping, or that just Bitcoin will start to rise again? For now, that is not clear. Be careful versus Bitcoin. Bearishness could take place. I hope you're agreeing with me. If that is the case, put those thumbs up, raise them high in the air. It helps me. You are supporting the channel that way. We are spreading to the YouTube, to the people to see our work. Thank you for that. If you are interested in other videos of Cryptosaurus, well, check them out. I'm presenting to you 2 of them right now. Besides that, join us, and I'll see you in our next video.